No pens, just keep it clean. Augie in the pits. Augie coming out on the softs. Wow, Augie started on pole and started on the hards. No wonder he fell back as far as he did. So here we are for the Nations Cup race, Group 3 cars at Watkins Glen. And as you can see, I'm starting P10. I had zero practice, didn't put in a single lap before this race, but luckily I've done this combo a lot of times. We have to start racing hards and softs here with a grid start. And amazingly, all but one of us survived that. RIP, whoever that was that just got MDK'd as we go side by side up the hill. Can we keep it clean? No contact, and we go from P10 all the way up to P7. P7 here. Now, if you saw that clip beforehand, you saw that Augie in P1 is a main player in this race. We'll keep an eye on Augie. Shout out to him. He streams on Twitch. Link to his channel in the description. As we get by one more up into P6. And I mean, this race was absolutely incredible. It is 20 laps. You have to use the hards. You have to use the softs. And well, yeah. Just a lot of fun. And I don't know what it is, but somehow I've been fortunate just to get into some super clean, good lobbies, and I had so much fun with this as we tried to go round the outside as Jay Meadows serves a penalty, but we can't quite get the move done. And then oh my goodness, Dale Verstappen in the Genesis just sends it up the inside. We let it happen. It's a long race, no need to fight early on. I'm just happy I moved up from P10, carrying some speed here as we are going to finish out lap 1 in P8. So quite the roller coaster of laps. And as we finish lap 1, we're going to go ahead and skip ahead to lap 3 to see just how this penalty system works for track limits. So let's rewind it here. Right. Exactly. It actually ran wide. Didn't really look like anybody was sandbagging and testing. It seemed pretty... Oh man, I'm just getting away with them here. So you can see Dale got a half a second penalty, but I did not. I want to take a closer look at this. We're going on board with the chase cam. And if you can keep your tires on the red and yellow, you are good. And look at that. Just barely, I mean, ever so barely keeping my tires on the edge, on the yellow and red, and surviving those track limit penalties. Unfortunately, could not make the overtake even with the penalty, so we go ahead to lap 8 now. And we are all over the back of Wicked here, but just can't find a place to pass. I gotta say, great racing with Wicked. We got CTB there. We also got War. All these drivers really great racing. CTB really getting all over the back of me now as we continue on to start lap 9. And Sam, who started the race on the soft, is now in the pits to get onto the hard tires. So we move up to P7, all over the back of Wicked, going up the hill, using the slipstream. the BMW M6 was definitely the car of choice, but there were other cars that were good around here. And let's see what we can do as we come up to the chicane. And as we weren't completely alongside them, I decided to back out of that. No sense, we're not even halfway through the race. Let Wicked go and survive for another opportunity. Wicked starting to go make a few mistakes there, going a little deep in those last two corners. Clearly my presence in the mirror is having an effect, and we can see three more drivers up ahead. As he gets a bad exit, I'm able to move up into P6, and look at that, CTB right behind me, gives me a little bump. We go into turn one and get a decent exit here. But again, CTB all over the back of me. By the way, CTB is Catch the Breeze on YouTube. I'll post a link to their channel in the description below as well, because it was just some excellent racing. Yes, please like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. That'd be cool. I'm a pretty nice guy. As I do the standard YouTube requests of liking and subscribing while streaming. I was right at the verge of 800 subscribers during this race, if you notice in the chat. And spoiler alert, I hit 800 subscribers at the end of the race. So thank you all for your support, for liking and subscribing. I greatly appreciate it. So here we are, about to finish lap 10. The leader is in on the hards. P2's in on the softs. We're gonna move up to P4 with a tight battle ahead of us. 1, 2, and 3 right there, with P5 right behind me. It's tight, it's close, everyone's pushing. You can see P3 has fallen back a little bit, and I am gaining on Jay Meadows. We're gonna see what happens next. Oh, they just hit the wall. Come on, ghost, please. Please, ghost. Why wouldn't you ghost? There we go. Woo! No, I prefer no ghosting, but in these type of races, I welcome the ghosting. So while I gained a position, that definitely slowed me up a bit and allowed CTB to get a little bit closer to me. So we are up into P3. It is lap 11. Still thinking about when do I want to pit for softs? How long can I make the softs last? I can see P2 struggling a little bit as we gain a little bit closer on them, and we're going to come around to the end of lap 11. And P2 Mike decides to go in the pits now. He was on the hards, going into softs. That promotes me up to P2. I got Augie ahead of me, CTB behind me, and War and Wicked not too far behind them. And look at that, CTB all over the back of me. He does not go for the move here. He actually backs out. We go through cleanly, but he clearly had the overspeed with the slipstream. So some drivers would have tried to force the issue, but Catch the Breeze there did not. He stayed behind, but I mean, he is just in my mirror. And that's all I can see right now is CTB in my mirror. All right, so that's CTB in the pits going for the undercut. We're going to fast forward. Admittedly, not the best in lap, but I know that CTB's in. I need to pit this lap. Can I come out ahead of CTB? Fresh softs to the end of the race, baby. Almost there. Did CTB get the undercut on me? They boxed the lap before. There they are. So we're gonna go back onto CTB's outlap. Fast forward. Looking good. They do get a half-second penalty, but look at their pace. They are all over the back of P10. And even with the penalty, look at this. Look at this. They come around turn 1. You can see me right there coming out of the pits. But unfortunately, they have more speed. Yeah, nice undercut, CTV. Nice undercut. So at this point, at least I know that on the final lap, I'm going to have one lap fresher tires than CTB. But also take point in Augie, who started P1 and is now back in P1. They're going to come into play here towards the end as well. No pens, just keep it clean. Augie in the pits. Augie coming out on the softs. Wow, Augie started on pole and started on the hards. No wonder he fell back as far as he did. Skip ahead a little bit in lap 15. And we see here Augie has a penalty, which is going to allow CTB to get ahead, and myself to get ahead. And you can see Mike is all over the back in that Supra. Really solid driving by Mike, putting the pressure on in a car that isn't technically the meta around here. So now we're back up into P4. We got CTB in front, we got Mike behind, and Augie just behind them. Skip ahead ever so slightly on this lap, and you can see Augie is all over the back of me. And based on qualifying, I know Augie has a greater pace than I do. They started on pole, clearly quicker than me around here. If you want to send it, Augie, you can send it, man. I will let you have that. No problems there. It was at that point I knew there was no hope in fighting Augie based on having two cars behind him with War and Wicked, who we've had battles with. It didn't make sense to try to fight with Augie, instead letting him go through and doing my best to hold on to P5. And shout out to Moose21, the proprietor of Moose Mafia Racing, for becoming a channel member. Thank you, Moose. I didn't do a single practice lap, just jumped into it. And what did I start, 10th? 10th or 11th? And so far, it's been really good. And as we start the final lap, I got to rewind to show War here. Me and War going wheel to wheel, space given, respect given, and wow. Great racing, War. That was awesome. Thank you. Keeping P5, holding on for this final lap. As we come into the chicane the final time, take a look in the rearview mirror as Ward just gets it wrong there and gives me some breathing room. Baby, come on, finish this lap. Let's finish it. Let's finish it. Their P2's right there. Another penalty on Augie. Oh, come on. We're almost done. I gotta say, this was a stressful race. I had already done the production for the GTWS Season 2. What a race! And I'm so happy about that. Yeah. Holy cow. That was a lot. But I want to go back and let's look at Augie and CTB on this final lap. Now they pitted at different times for the soft, so you can see how low CTB Catch the Breeze, how low their tires are, especially those front. Look at that front left tire. It is gone compared to Augie, who has about half on the front left. And you can see already all over the back of CTB. He's looking up the inside at the chicane. He sends it, and you know what? He gets it. But look at that. He doesn't quite get it. Gets a half-second penalty because he can't keep it on the track, but still has the tire life, as we see CTB going a little deep into that turn. As we come into this right-hander, this is an easy one to get wrong. CTB keeps it tight. Oh, if Augie didn't have the penalty, he would have gotten the run on CTB. So he serves that half-second penalty, turns it in. CTB, I mean, those tires are donezo. Donezo on Catch the Breeze. Up to P3. He started behind me on this race. And look at that. Coming into the that was the penultimate. Coming into the final turn. Just keep it on the track. Don't get any penalties. Go, go, go. And oh my gosh. Well done. Up 5, clean race. We'll take it. We'll take it. That was fun. Like and subscribe. Check the links in the description. Have a good one.